Welcome to the Photographer Diaries podcast. I'm your host, David Scott Bowles. On this podcast, we talk about anything and everything photography. Let's get into it. So this intro is a little different, obviously, and the space is different. We're actually back filming these episodes and putting them on YouTube. Well, a lot has changed in such a short amount of time. And over the last couple weeks, I've moved into a permanent studio location. So I've been shooting actually a lot of my content in my living room. I kind of basically turned my entire living room into a photo studio and been doing a little bit of everything there. So I just kind of decided, it's time to pull the trigger and move into a permanent space. So I got together with a couple of my buddies and we rented out a studio space that is actually going to be a rentable space for other creatives in our local area. I talked about this already, I think, in the last episode, so I'm not going to go too much into it today. But today's episode is a Tuesday talk and about just the importance of planning, really. I've always been a very impulsive person, from purchases to just pretty much anything I do is always been really impulsive. And I have been kind of planning and thinking about doing this studio for a long time, and but I never really sat down and planned it out. I came across this space and I got really lucky because it was one of the only spaces in the area that was available, and so basically it just felt right. It was the right time for me to do it, and I had a couple other people on board that felt the same way, and so we moved into the space. And I think if there was one thing that I could say that I would do different is maybe plan it out a touch, but it's going. Things are going good, and it's going. In my opinion, I feel like it's going a little slower than I want, but that kind of goes back to the impulsive side and being impatient. My wife gets on me all the time about being impatient, but it is what it is. You get excited about doing something new, and when you do that, basically you rush into things, and sometimes it works out, and I think that's what is going to happen with this space. Is everything's going to work out. Things are going slower, but I think that everything will come together in the end. But I think planning things out works for a lot of people, but at the same time you have to go with your gut, and one of the it's kind of funny because one of the things that really pushed me was the YG lyric is scared money don't make no money, right, or something like that. But I was listening to that song, I think, when I signed the lease, and I was just yeah, he's right, because if you don't take the risk, you'll never know if there's a reward. And that was just basically the whole idea behind everything. And the word is getting out there that this is happening, and we've actually had a couple photographers just kind of come through our space and check it out and already be excited. I've created a little bit of content within our space, and that's the one thing actually I'm super excited for, is just getting in here and trying to create content, because lately it's just been building. I don't want to fucking touch a paint roller for a month, and I've only painted 3 walls. But it's a lot of work, and you got to put in that work to get that reward. And so today's episode is really just a mixture of everything that has gone into this project. And I'm super excited to be filming here in my new office, my new setup for YouTube videos and other content. I have basically this set behind me, and you'll see it switch out a lot. I really love our lobby area right now. So when I'm on my laptop, I can kind of go out and take the podcasting stuff out there, do my podcast or YouTube video. Also have the main studio. The main studio, for audio reasons, it's not the best, unless I'm wearing a lav mic or something like that. You're still gonna get some echo though, until we get some more just shit in there to kind of kill some of the echo out. We do kind of plan on maybe treating the room or putting at least some sort of acoustic panels in there to kind of dampen the sound. We have concrete floors, which I fucking love, but you know, with concrete floors, you get that reverb. So that was one thing, like I was very adamant about, like, yo, we need carpet in my office space, and we do have carpet in here, so it helps. And you can't see it, but if you're watching on YouTube, and I have a wall that I'm basically going to put all these sound panels all up the wall to hopefully deaden some of the sound. Also, our walls are paper thin, so, you know, that's something that we have to be conscious about as well. But, you know, it works out because I feel like between us and the neighbors, like, there's been a communication already kind of addressed. And then not only that, like, our hours are very different. And because we have this space now, I have the freedom to come in here at 10, 11 o'clock and shoot content if I needed to. But yeah, that's it. We do plan on doing like a grand opening soon. We're working on all the kinks, but first we just need to get everything together. And once that all comes together, we'll kind of roll things out slowly. One thing that I want to do is actually like just a very soft opening, like maybe like message like 10 people, say, hey, come check the space out, do some shoots, maybe do a little barbecue or something like that in the back. But we plan on having it be very low key, so I'll probably announce that on the YouTube or on possibly just a podcast, or if you follow me on social media on my personal account, I'm very active on that account, so I'm constantly kind of updating the studio process and everything. We found a fucking really cool 8mm projector yesterday, so I went to like estate sales back to back. Like, so yesterday I went to an estate sale, today I went, and I'm just looking for like little knickknacks, like for sets and whatnot. But so 3 days ago I went to this estate sale, and they had this fucking brand new 8mm video camera, and you know, I should have jumped on it when I saw it, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait tomorrow because it's 50% off, and if I wait, like, you know, I could save some money. I've already spent like way too much money on this project already, so I was like, I need to just wait. I need to wait. So I hid it. I like literally shoved it into a corner somewhere and was like, no one's gonna look in this corner. Like, no way. Go back the next day, it's fucking gone. I'm like, damn it. And I'm looking around, you know, looking for some other sets. I got some like gold frames for this set that we built, and then I've been looking for like an antique ladder, and I remember there was a shed in the back, and I was like, oh, let me go check this shed out real quick because maybe there's a ladder. I didn't really, when I went out there the first time, I kind of just like, oh, it's a shed, nothing's really out here. So I went back and I saw this thing on the ground that looked like a luggage case, and I'm looking for like old luggage pieces. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. I lifted it up and just the top popped right off, and it was this projector. And at first I almost put it back on because it looked like a sewing machine. Like when I first looked at it, I was like, I don't need this sewing machine, whatever, like put it back on. And then I looked at it some more and I was like, oh shit, that's the projector for the 8mm camera that this guy had owned. And it was brand, I mean, it is brand new almost. I mean, it's the shape that this thing in is amazing. I even like opened up where the light was. The light is brand new, and I took it back to the studio, plugged it in, turned it on, and at first it wasn't turning on. I was like, what is it? It was just winding, and I was like, oh, cool, like, oh, the fucking bulb is burnt out, or maybe the fuse is not working. But you just had to turn the switch one more time, and then there it was. The light was coming out. So we're actually planning on, excuse me, we're actually planning on doing some getting some old film off eBay. Like, I've already found some like old vacation films and like some like weird like circus stuff, and I want to like play that in the lobby on a wall, like as when we have you know, people rent the studio out, or just when we do events. It's gonna be a cool piece, and then I also want to try to use it in a photo shoot or something. They did have this really cool old slide projector that I think would have really been cool, because you could have made like little gobos and like did like pattern design and stuff like that. But I just passed it up. It just wasn't for me. And then also, if you're watching on YouTube, let me grab this real quick. So I found this guy. This is an Olympus Stylus. And this thing is like, I swear to God, in almost mint condition. It's got some scuffing on the back, but for the most part, mint condition. Olympus Stylus. If you know anything about 35mm point and shoot cameras, this is one of the best point and shoot cameras. Super sharp 35mm focal length. I think it's a 1.8 or 2.8 aperture. 3 buttons, like super easy. You load the film, you push the button, and that's it. Like, you have flash and I think date or something like that. But yeah, I mean, this thing is, if you're looking at them on like eBay or anything else, they go for like $250. I bought it for 25. No, actually, I think I got that for $12. Like, come up. Like, oh my God, me and my wife are now addicted to going to state sales. Like, we signed up for, like, the account was like, yo, we need to go, because we actually went to one today and had a bunch of camera stuff too. Nothing like spectacular, but I got like some, because what I want to start doing actually later on, like maybe second phase of the studio, is sell retail or like kind of have like a consignment based state like setup where like we're selling old cameras, or maybe people have some gear that they're not using, they want to get rid of. Something that I want to do like down the road. My buddy Matt, he has a camera shop in Arizona, so he does like leather goods and tintype photography, and he's actually going to be on the podcast. I know I've said it before, but like we're just trying to get our schedules to match up. But if he's not on the podcast soon, he's going to be coming to the studio. We're working on a date possibly in July, but he's going to come to the studio and we're going to promote it really hardcore, because he does tintype photography. And if you don't know what that is, it's old like 1800 photography shot on wet collodion plates. And he does it at his shop in Arizona. He also makes like camera straps, which is going to be hopefully sold within our studio. But he's going to be here for 2 days. We're going to do a 2-day pop-up where he's going to come out and you guys can come and get tintype photos taken. So super stoked on that. Just working out all the details. Like I said, once everything comes together, we could start doing these events and planning things out. But going back into like the whole opening process, I mean, it's been crazy. You know, we have 3 people involved, myself, my buddy Victor, and my friend Christina. So we all are kind of on different wavelengths as far as like what we do, which is perfect for a space like this. So, you know, our main studio space is going to be kind of a creative space for other creatives to come in and rent off of Peerspace or through private booking systems that we'll have in place. And then we all 3 have the benefit of just having a studio space for ourselves and being able to run and manage our own businesses out of it. You know, as you know, I do wedding photography, fine art portraits, and wedding filmmaking. My friend Christina, she does mostly like families and babies and stuff like that. And then Vic is a corporate media marketing and social media management company. So, you know, it's cool because we all have kind of different, like I said, different latitudes of art, what we create. So it's cool because we can kind of like pitch each other work, or we can, you know, just help kind of troubleshoot things if we need to, you know. So I'm super excited for that, just to be able to collaborate and just have other creatives around you while you work. I mean, me and Vic have been in here almost every day, and, you know, my office, you know, I think I got my office set up like within the first 2 days, because I was like, I got to get in there. I got videos I have to edit, photos I have to edit, content I need to create. So he's, excuse me, I need some water. But he's almost done with his. So it's kind of been like really exciting just to see like, you know, both our things kind of come together. So, and then the main studio is like, I want to say it's close to 80% done. We have a little bit of things, like little small things we got to get together, mostly organizational stuff and cleaning. I do want to build one more set, and then we need to get some more backdrops hung and also ordered. So, but that's pretty much it. I don't want to go too long with this because I feel like this is just kind of almost a recap of what I went over last week. But I was super excited. I'm sorry that I missed Thursday, guys, because, you know, like I said, I've been here at the studio and then also, you know, shooting content for other people. So it's been crazy. And I'm about to go into a really busy wedding season, so just trying to find time to get everything together is going to be challenging. Actually, probably not, because like I said, I have the studio now, so if I need to come here and batch some content out or bang out some podcasts, I have that to my availability now. So it's a lot easier to do and not have to do it in my living room while, you know, my wife is trying to sleep or my kids are trying to sleep. So but that's it. Thanks for tuning in. I don't even know what episode this is, but yeah, I'll see you on Thursday, and hopefully I can get somebody on in the studio to do a Thursday interview. So if not, another one of me. So see you in the next one, guys. Peace.